Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's another day that the Lord has made, and we are here in the morning getting ready for another helping of grits. And what does grits mean? We're going to get ready in the spirit. The Bible tells us not to be ignorant of Satan's devices. And I think it is important for all of us to know as Christians, when we get up, we are going to have an invitation to rebel against God. It doesn't matter if we read our word this morning. I hope all of us have. It doesn't matter if we said our prayer and talked to God this morning, and I hope we have. It doesn't matter if we've dedicated the day to fast, and we need to fast. But when we get ready and we're getting ready to go into our day, we have to understand that every day we are going to be sent an invitation by the enemy to rebel against God, to disobey God. And I think when we go into our day knowing that Satan is going to try to get us out of alignment with God, we'll be more watchful. We'll be looking for the trap and the snares. We'll be a little more sensitive and cognizant to the attack of the enemy. So just know that you're going to get an invitation today. And a lot of times we get several throughout the day. The devil, one thing about the devil, he is, resilient, and he is diligent, and he has an eternity worth of invitations. But the thing about an invitation is not mandatory. We don't have to sin against God today. We do not have to rebel and disobey. We don't have to. So many times I get, invitations and little trinket cards from different companies inviting me to, their little, talks and things. And when I get them in the mail, I look at it, and if I determine that's not what I want to do, I don't even entertain it. I throw it in the trash can. God promised us that with every temptation we get, there's a trash can. He called it the way of escape. And we don't have to indulge. I think, we live beneath the authority that God has given us. He tells us, and I want to say in John or Luke, one of those books where he says, I give you power over scorpions and serpents and all of the power of the enemy, and nothing shall harm you. The only way we get ourselves tangled up is by accepting the invitation. Now, I've been guilty before of accepting invitations and knew that they were from the enemy when I got them. And because I was so mesmerized by the invitation, I neglected to look for the trash can. I neglected to look for the way of escape. And it put me in a place where I had to come back to God in shame and guilt and say, Lord, I done messed up again. And that's the thing. The invitation is not going to be something disgusting. It's going to be something that your flesh desires. We got to understand Satan is not going to tempt us with stuff we don't want. He's going to tempt us with the very thing he knows we want and we desire, And so we have to be on our guard, and we can be on our guard by doing what Paul said, putting on the whole armor of God that we can withstand. We can withstand the invitation to rebel. Let's every morning when we get up, make a resolve to reject any invitation that Satan gives us to disappoint God, to disobey God, to disannul our relationship with God. We have the power and the authority through Jesus Christ to reject all and any invitations given to us. An invitation to a nasty attitude, we can reject. An invitation to fight and in conflict, we can reject. Invitation to gossip and backbiting, we can reject. An invitation to an illicit sexual relationship, we can reject. An invitation to steal or to be jealous, to have murderous thoughts, to harm somebody, we can reject those invitations today. So I just want to remind you of the authority that you have through Christ this morning. Get ready in the spirit to reject all invitations that Satan is going to try to pass your way. You can do all things through Christ that strengthen you this morning. And you're more than well able through the Spirit of God that dwells in you. I hope you've enjoyed your serving of grits this morning. I ask that you share it, do a watch party. Y'all, it's so important that we start our morning with the Lord. I love you so much, and I pray that this has been a blessing to you. And if it has been, let me know, send me a message. I can use all the encouragement I can get, because sometimes it gets rough. But I love it. I love it. I love you guys. Share, watch party. You can follow me on Facebook. If you're not, you follow me on YouTube. God bless you. We're going to get to God together. We're going to drive towards our transformation in the Spirit together, because ain't nothing in this world worth going to hell over. You hear me? All right. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.